Hello, my name is R.Joshua. I'm an activist actually for the homeless. I have a Facebook group, Homeless Advocates for Christ, and just here to talk a little bit about the shelter issue. And I know a lot of people are concerned about crime. This is just something I wanted to read to you. This is in Orange County, December 20th, December 27th, and the 30th of 2011. Something that happened. Over the span of a matter of days, 4 homeless men were killed in what appeared to be a serial killing spree. The first victim, James McGilvery, 53, was killed on the night of December 20th, 2011. He was struck in the head and upper torso and stabbed 40 times. He was found dead behind commercial buildings. The second victim, Lloyd Midda, 42, was stabbed more than 50 times on December 27th. And that was on the Santa Ana River Trail near State Route 91. 3 days later, the third victim, Paula Smith, 57, was stabbed more than 60 times near the Yorba Linda Public Library. The attacker, Itzaquatl Ocampo, 23, is a former Marine. Ocampo said he originally joined the Marines in order to become a killer. Because he did not kill anyone during his time in the military, he felt as though he was not yet a real Marine. Ocampo told investigators he had planned to kill 16 people in total. He targeted the homeless because they were available and vulnerable and felt the presence of homeless people was a blight on the community. So my point, I guess, here is a lot of people are saying, well, there's going to be a lot of crime if this homeless shelter shows up. But that would be like me saying, well, if a Marine comes into my neighborhood, I'm in danger of getting killed, right? Every Marine is a killer, right? And that's kind of, I think, a lot of the bigotry that's going on in people's minds regarding homeless people. Now, I used to be a math instructor, and the Lord Jesus sent me to live with the homeless. I've been traveling since about 2002 living with the homeless, never been struck with a knife or anything like that from a homeless person. So I just encourage people not to prejudge people, you know. There can be killers among police, like with Kelly Thomas, among different Caucasians and, right, teenagers, 23-year-olds, whatever, right? We can't judge everybody the same, so don't prejudge people. Like the Bible tells us to, love your neighbor as yourself. And it's important that we look out for the poor and the needy. God says to defend the cause of the poor and the needy, Proverbs 31, 8 and 9. And remember the rich man and Lazarus. The rich man went to hell because he didn't really do anything for the poor man Lazarus that was laying at his gate. So those of you that maybe haven't given life to Jesus, I encourage you to do so. Just turn away from the ways of this world, whether it be fornication, homosexuality, lying, stealing, whatever it is. I encourage you to give life to Jesus and don't prejudge people. Don't be a bigot against poor people. Remember, Jesus was homeless too. Luke 9:58 tells us that. He said, the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. So how you treat the least is how you treat Jesus. That's what he tells us. So with that, if you'd like, just feel free to email me, servingjesus99212 at yahoo.com. Any questions? But I encourage you to get that shelter going. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Mr. Noble, followed by King Gardner.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. My name is Lou Noble with Homeless Advocates for Christ. Now, we've been advocating for emergency safe zones for the innocent homeless who are in harm's way. As the shelter is still being debated in Anaheim, there are many veterans, mentally ill, women, elderly, disabled, homeless people who are subject to the abuse of criminal element out there. Now, I hope that many of us here are Christians, even though I know many non-believers who are compassionate. This scripture is for all, actually, in Psalms 41:1, which says, how blessed is the one who treats the poor properly. When trouble comes, the Lord will deliver. So we are all subject to homelessness. Homelessness could happen to anybody. So shouldn't we do the same for the homeless now, as they're being harassed and infringed upon? Some of our bills that are policies that have been put out there that actually infringe on the homeless, some of the police are going above the policy which about storing property in parks or public spaces. Now they're taking their belongings away from them. And our Fourth Amendment right, it starts with the people to be secure in their own person. So that means that we should be secure anywhere we go, not just in our homes. But hard times. So the shelter is a good thing, but we need shelters in every city to accommodate those citizens of ours. Because some of the homeless that are in parks are not going to come out here. They're not going to be drugged out here. The people that are going to be coming in here are those in need that need to be raised up again because they lost their houses or they're just in a situation where they need the help. Once you find yourself homeless for months, you start losing it, you start looking like a druggie, and some of the misconceptions that are out there are actually, people need to be the facts. And there's factual facts that it has saved cities millions of dollars, like Utah and San Antonio, who have proven that. I have a video here that I would like.
Thank you, Lou. I'm sorry I have to interrupt you, but we thank you very much for your comments. Dean Vargas, followed by Marla.